these ideas, but you can use them from a few spots. So the first thing is about concentrating that weight. So when I'm here on Rodrigo, I'm going to put all my weight into here at first, and I'm going to drive off my toes as well. So it's not just my weight into him, it's also driving off my toes to generate more weight, okay? So if you have someone who's like 180, okay, and they put a third of their weight, or if I'm 120 and I put half my weight, then it's going to feel the same, right? So if I have my weight spread out in 3 spots versus 2, I can concentrate it more. So I'm going to put almost all my weight into his shin here, and I'm going to think about pinning his shoulder on the mat, okay? The second part of this, besides concentrating my weight, is putting the weight in a spot that's doing the goal that I'm trying to do. So within each position, we have to figure out what is our goal. When he's in a shin shield like this, my goal is going to be to try to pin him on his back. The more Rodrigo can get to his side, the more my weight shifts over here, and now it's not on top of him. Okay, so I'm going to be on my toes, I'm going to drive in, and I'm going to try to pin his shoulder to the mat through his shin, like this. Okay? Now the last thing I'm going to do from this position is I'm going to hip in, like this. Okay? Right away you see the reaction from him, he takes a lot more of my weight. I'm on my toes driving, and my weight's not down here, I'm trying to flatten him with this weight. Okay? From here I can beat this bottom knee and put myself chest to chest. So concentrating the weight here at first, putting him on his back, and then I'm going to sprawl into him. But the whole time I'm going to be driving off my toes. So it's not just my weight, it's also my kind of drive through my legs, and now I sprawl. Okay? What we're trying to do is we're going to put the weight into his frames so that I hold them in place so he can't upgrade. An upgrade for Rodrigo would be to put his foot on me. If he has his foot on me, he's easily going to be able to push me away. So I want to get my weight onto his shins and put my weight into it. And now I drive to add more weight. Okay, and then the last thing is he can hold me here. Okay, because I'm right on his frames and they are strong. Now I'm going to transfer my weight to where he doesn't have frames. He's got this shoulder blocked, this is blocked, this is blocked, this isn't. So I'm going to drive it in. This one here, all my weight's on him, now I drive. Okay, now from here, I'm going to beat his bottom knee with my thigh. And now I just roll around his frames, and now I concentrate all my weight onto this shoulder, okay, because that's where I want to put my weight. And for now, we can grab a cross face and an underhook. Okay, and we're gonna finish not just like here, but by pinning this shoulder to the mat. Toes go live, and I drive into that shoulder. Okay, so even here, I don't have my weight on my arms here. I'm pulling with my arms and driving my weight down. Okay, so I'm trying to generate more weight through 3 things. 1, concentrate the weight that you do have. 2, drive off the mat. And 3, pulling. That's why the gi feels so much heavier than no gi. Because people are more easy to pull, but you should be pulling with your arms anyway. Okay? Then I want to put that weight specifically to do a job. At first it's going to be to put him on his back through his shin. Then it's going to be to smush through his shin. Okay? Yeah.
So for the hip movement, first you concentrate your weight on the right.
Yeah, if I'm passing on that side, yeah.
Yeah, and then like you pass.
And yeah, exactly. I switch to the left hip and then finish with the left shoulder. So the weight's gonna start here, then it rolls to here, then it rolls to here, and then it finishes here. So it rolls all the way through my body, okay? And the reason is he's got these strong frames, but there's one spot that he doesn't, so I put the weight there. Then that allows me to beat the other one, because he's pretty pinned. I beat it, now I transfer the weight there. Then my shoulder gets by, I transfer the weight there. Ultimately, when we're pinning in side control or half guard, my goal is going to be to pin his shoulder to the mat, the cross shoulder, and block so they can't get their leg back in. We'll talk about that more, but I want you to finish with pinning this shoulder to the mat. Okay?
One more follow-up. So basically the high-level idea is you want to concentrate weight on one particular part of the body.
One or 2 at most, yeah. The other spot that does have a little bit of weight is this hand, okay? So there's most of my weight's in here, and then I transfer it to the hip, and there's still some weight there, but it's mostly on the hip. But I also want weight on the hand, okay? Another bigger idea we'll talk about is when I'm trying to pass the guard, I'm either gonna split his legs or compress them, okay? And this is more of a splitting style, okay? So weight into here, so weight's first into my shoulders, a bit into my hand here, but I'm driving off my toes, then I transfer to that bottom hip, okay? Now I use that to beat this, then I transfer weight here, and then lastly the weight transfers into here, okay? Any questions? Besides those 2 really good ones. All right, on 2, 1, 2.